You're listening to the greatest show on earth. Alaska Real Estate starts right now. I'm Chris Story. Today, we have sound bites from the public comment hearing on your license fee increase. Plus, we'll explore your new website, yournewalaskanhome.com. And Alaska USA Mortgage Company brings you book notes right here on Alaska Real Estate Podcast. Alaska Housing Finance Corporation has a mission, a real simple mission, but important nonetheless. That's to provide Alaskans with safe, efficient, and affordable housing through superb low mortgage rates, products, education, and the Alaska Rebate Program. Alaska Housing stands for you and with you every day all across Alaska. Want to know more about Alaska Housing Programs? Go online at ahfc.us or call 1-800-478-AHFC. For the rebate program, visit the akrebate.com site. There's no better way, though, folks, to get to know that program than to go through it yourself. Thank you, Alaska Housing. Let's listen in on some of the public testimony given regarding your license fee increase of 249%.
My name is Jerry Royce. I'm from Anchorage. Apologize for my voice. I've got a radiation treatment a little bit later this afternoon, which will be my last for 7 weeks of chemo and radiation therapy. But I felt that I needed to come down here and push my raspy-sounding voice at you just to share some information. I've had the privilege of being a real estate broker in this state for over 25 years. I know I've got only 3 minutes, so I'm going to talk as fast as I can. I had sent a letter to the governor that addressed a number of the issues relative to the issues that are before you today. And really, in a big picture, kind of a 3-minute overview, the challenge that we have from the perspective of setting these fees, while the legislative audit was alluded to, one of the primary elements in the legislative audit that was pointed out was an underreporting of the income that was being generated by the various boards and commissions. In the case of the real estate industry, it didn't take me 60 days to do an analysis. I took the fee structures that we pay at various elements of the fees that we have to write checks for, put them on a spreadsheet in that handout as well, showed that the real estate industry has been overpaying by about $300,000 a year for the last 20 years. We have overpaid over $3 million to pay for our professional services, which are not being accredited in the analysis and the setting of these fees.
To testify. My name is Errol Champion, and I am associate broker at Coldwell Banker Race Realty, also the incoming president-elect of the Southeast Alaska Board of Realtors. In the interest of keeping my testimony brief, here are 4 questions I'd like to ask the Department of Commerce, DPPL. What were the results of the last 4 years of audits? Have they been shared with anyone? Are there meeting minutes with the Alaska Real Estate Commission summarizing the presentation of these audit results? Have they gone to the Alaska Real Estate Commission to justify and forewarn them of this tremendous shortfall that has just occurred? Has the Alaska Real Estate Commission been kept informed at each of their scheduled meetings of the regulatory activity regarding the filing of new and the disposition of old complaints? And finally, number 4, is the Alaska Real Estate Commission been given the opportunity to review the annual regulatory costs and activities, at least as an informational item, as part of the ongoing requirements in the execution of their duties as members of the Commission? In my opinion, the Department of Commerce is working at way too fast a pace. They are becoming a manager by reaction rather than a management team by leading.
I'm Neil Thomas. I'm speaking just for myself. My license is hung at Coldwell Banker. And I began here by simply restating what you've heard already about the big increase in investigatory costs with the Commission. And so I went looking to see what sort of things make up this investigative cost. And the logical place to do that is just go to the Real Estate Commission website or their other publications and see what they say about their caseload. It creates an interesting story because if you go there, you really don't find anything. There's a website that has a link called Consumer Information, and right below that is a link that says Licensee Disciplinary Action. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that'll be a report of of what these cases are all about. What you get is a 5-page report that was last updated in April of 2010. It's got 1-paragraph case action summaries that go back to 2005, and the most recent summary case they have in there is a case from 2009. That's it as far as them going somewhere to find out what the Real Estate Commission's caseload is, which is being offered as the reason why the budget increases.
My name is Don McKenzie. I live at 3802 Richard Evelyn Bird, Anchorage, 99517. I was licensed a long time ago. I think it was 1964 in another state. Virtually all I've done all my life has been in the real estate business. I'm the past president of the Anchorage Board, vice past president of the Alaska State Association. For the past 5 years, I've served as the Secretary-Treasurer of the Association. If it was the intent of the Director to get the attention of the real estate industry, he has certainly succeeded. And I won't go over a lot of the stuff that was talked about earlier, but here's what I was struck with. We got almost $1.4 million in expenses for just a little over 2,000 agents. That's about $600-700 per agent per year that it costs to administer this program. It had less than 30 cases that resulted in any disciplinary action. Well, it appeared to me that the real estate industry is really being pretty well behaved. I don't know what disciplinary action means. A letter, revocation of license, suspension, I don't have that breakdown. But that's a little over $40,000 per case. I'd like to have that job. And I think the solution here is for this committee or somebody to take a real close look at the investigative process or the process that's being used by the division at the moment. Because by any standard that you want to measure, including the numbers that were presented from the director himself, it seems to be just very effective.
Thanks to everyone who testified on behalf of all the Alaskan Realtors. Stay tuned to Alaska Real Estate. We'll be bringing you all the latest as the process moves forward. Alaska USA Mortgage Company brings you Book Notes. You're going to love Stephen Covey's new book, The Third Alternative. You no doubt have read or heard of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Well, The Third Alternative deserves a spot on your bookshelf right next to it. At the end of the day, we're professional negotiators. The Third Alternative is simply the best book I've ever read on the subject. Yes, Cohen and Carras are good, if not the definitive voices of negotiation. However, consider The Third Alternative just that, the third alternative when it comes to negotiation. There's your alternative, there's mine, and then there's the third, or what Covey calls the synergistic alternative that will bring success to any adversity in your life, be it professional or personal. You won't be able to put down the third alternative, I guarantee it. Stephen Covey hits another home run. Alaska USA Mortgage Company is Alaska's preferred alternative for mortgage loans. Your Alaskan Mortgage Company, a name you know and people you trust. Online at alaskausamortgage.com. Okay, I am navigating right now to your alaskahome.com, your new alaskahome.com. That's the new website provided for you by the Alaska Association of Realtors. Well, when you first look at it, and this is the first time I've actually been to the site, it's good looking. There's a beautiful picture on the front. It's clean. It's crisp. I like it. Across the top, we have a row of buttons. Let's see here. Glossary, did you know? Financial assistance, resources, calculators, frequently asked questions, video tutorials, partners, and contact. Let's see what happens if we click on contact. It's fast, too, by the way. The site is fast. There's the Alaska Association of Realtors address, phone numbers, fax number. I think it's interesting. I don't see an email. I'm sure there's, there we go. Join the newsletter, all kinds of stuff. Helpful tools under contact. I'm impressed. Let's look at calculators, because that's a tough one. Everybody's got their own version on their websites, but let's see what this one offers. How much can I borrow? How much will my mortgage payments be? Why don't you go check out yournewalaskahome.com for yourself? Let's meet back here in about 2 weeks and talk with Kevin Cross about the site. And what do you like about it, and how will you use it in your business, or will you? We want to hear from you. Be sure to contact Alaska Association of Realtors with your feedback on yournewalaskahome.com.
Hello, my name is Halta Carter, and I'm an escrow officer with Alaska USA Title Agency, Wasilla Branch. Alaska USA Title Agency would like to invite you to open house on Thursday, November 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Wasilla Financial Center. We are celebrating 2 years of service in the Valley. Hors d'oeuvres and beverages will be served with friendly smiles. All are welcome. Look forward to seeing you. Our website, alaskausatitle.com.
Well, that's our show for today. Our executive producer is Sandy Ehrenman. For all of us at Alaska Real Estate, I'm Chris Story, wishing you health, wealth, and prosperity.